Are you ready to land your dream role as a Django developer but worried about the technical grill? Most candidates fail not because they can't code, but because they can't explain the inner workings of Django's architecture. In this video, we will cover Django interview questions and answers practice test guide. Prepare for your next Python Backend Developer interview with this comprehensive Django practice test. In this video, we dive deep into 30 essential Django interview questions covering everything from the request-response cycle and ORM optimization to middleware and security best practices. Stick around until the end to test your knowledge and see how many you can get right. Which design pattern does Django strictly follow for its architectural structure? Option A, MVC, Model View Controller. Option B, MTV, Model Template View. Option C, MVVM, Model View ViewModel. Option D, SOA, Service-Oriented Architecture. The correct answer is B. While Django is conceptually an MVC framework, it uses a specific implementation called MTV, Model Template View. In this pattern, the model describes the database structure. The template describes how the data should be presented, equivalent to the view in MVC, and the view describes which data gets presented and contains the business logic, equivalent to the controller in MVC. The framework itself acts as the controller by handling the routing. What is the primary purpose of middleware in a Django application? Option A, to provide a template rendering engine. Option B, a framework of hooks into Django's request-response processing. Option C, to define the database schema. Option D, to handle static file compression. The correct answer is B. Middleware is a lightweight, low-level plugin system for globally altering Django's input or output. Each middleware component is responsible for doing some specific function, such as authentication middleware, which associates users with requests using sessions, or CSRF view middleware, which protects against cross-site request forgeries. It executes during both the request phase, before the view, and the response phase, after the view. Which querySet method should be used to retrieve a single object that matches given lookup parameters, and raises an exception if more than one is found? Option A, filter. Option B, first. Option C, get. Option D, select_related. The correct answer is C. The get method returns the object matching the given lookup parameters. Crucially, it raises a does not exist exception if no object is found and a multiple objects returned exception if more than one object is found. In contrast, filter always returns a querySet, a list-like object, even if it contains only one item or is empty. What is the difference between select_related and prefetch_related in Django ORM? Option A, select_related is for many-to-many fields. Prefetch_related is for foreign key fields. Option B, select_related performs a SQL join. Prefetch_related performs a separate lookup and joins in Python. Option C, prefetch_related is faster for all query types. Option D, select_related is used only for reverse foreign key relationships. The correct answer is B. Select_related works by creating a SQL join and including the fields of the related object in the select statement. This is efficient for single-valued relationships like foreign key and one-tune. prefetch underscore related, however, does a separate lookup for each relationship and does the joining in Python. This is necessary for many-to-many and reverse foreign key relationships where a join would result in a massive, inefficient result set. What is the mandatory first argument for every Django function-based view? Option A, self. Option B, response. Option C, request. Option D, context. The correct answer is C. Every Django view function must take an HTTP request object as its first positional argument. This object contains metadata about the request, such as HTTP headers, user session data, and GET, POST parameters. Conventionally, this argument is named request. In a Django model, what does null equals true signify in a field definition? Option A. The field will accept an empty string in the admin form. Option B. The database will store an empty string instead of null. Option C. The database will allow the column to store null values. Option D. The field is not required in the Django forms validation. The correct answer is C. Null equals true is a database level setting. It tells the database, PostgreSQL, MySQL, etc., that the column is allowed to contain null values. This is different from blank equals true, which is a validation level setting used by Django's forms and admin to allow the field to be empty during data entry. Which template tag is used to achieve template inheritance in Django? Option A, %include%. Option B, %block%. Option C, %extends%. Option D, %load%. The correct answer is C. The %extends% tag is the key to template inheritance. It tells the template engine that this template extends another template, a base template. The base template defines the structure with %block% tags, which the child template then overrides with its own content. Which file in a Django project is responsible for defining the project-wide configurations, including database settings and installed apps? Option A, urls.py. Option B, wsgi.py. Option C, settings.py. Option D, manage.py. The correct answer is C. The settings.py file is the heart of a Django project configuration. It contains all the settings for your Django installation, database connection details, the list of installed _apps, middleware definitions, templates configurations, and static media file paths. How do you capture a variable from a URL in Django's path function? Option A, path, user, int, user_id greater than, view_func. Option B, path, user, p<id greater than d+, /, view_func. Option C, path, user, $id, view_func. Option D, path, user, id, view_func. The correct answer is A. Since Django 2.0, the path function uses angle brackets to capture URL parameters. You can optionally include a path converter, like int, str, slug, uuid, or path, followed by a colon and the variable name. For example, int, User_id greater than captures an integer and passes it to the view as a keyword argument named user_id. What is the purpose of the %CSRF_token% tag in a Django template? Option A. To encrypt user passwords before submission. Option B. To prevent cross-site request forgery attacks. Option C. To enable session-based authentication. Option D. To sanitize HTML input from users. The correct answer is B. The %CSRF_token% tag is used within post forms to protect against cross-site request forgery. CSRF. It generates a hidden input field containing a unique token that Django checks on the server side to ensure the request originated from the same site and not from a malicious third-party site. Which of the following describes an F expression in Django? Option A. A way to filter query sets using complex OR logic. Option B. A mechanism to perform database operations without pulling data into Python memory. Option C. A shortcut for creating foreign key relationships. Option D. A method to format string output in templates. The correct answer is B. F. Objects allow you to reference model field values and perform database-level operations on them without actually loading them into Python memory. For example, updating a counter by 1 using product stock equals F stock plus 1 happens entirely within the database, which avoids race conditions and is more performant than fetching the value, incrementing it in Python, and saving it back. In Django REST Framework, DRF, what is the primary role of a serializer? Option A. To route incoming requests to the correct view. Option B. To convert complex data types, like query sets, into native Python data types that can be rendered into JSON XML. Option C. To handle user authentication and permissions. Option D. To manage database migrations for the API. The correct answer is B. Serializers in DRF allow complex data such as query sets and model instances to be converted to native Python data types that can then be easily rendered into JSON, XML or other content types. Serializers also provide deserialization, allowing parsed data to be converted back into complex types after first validating the incoming data. How do you define a many-to-many relationship between two models in Django? Option A. By using one-to-many field. Option B. By using a foreign key with unique equals false. Option C. By using many-to-many field in one of the models. Option D. By creating a manual join table and referencing both IDs. The correct answer is C. To create a many-to-many relationship, you add a many-to-many field to one of the models. Django automatically creates an invisible intermediary join table to manage the relationship. If you need to store extra data about the relationship itself, you can use the through parameter to specify a custom intermediary model. Which class should you inherit from to create a form based directly on a Django model? Option A. Forms form. Option B. Forms model form. Option C. Models form. Option D. Forms base form. The correct answer is B. If you want a form that maps directly to a Django model, you should use forms model form. This helper class allows you to define a meta class with the model and fields attributes. And Django will automatically generate the form fields, validation, and save logic based on the model definition. Which command is used to apply pending database changes to the database schema? Option A. Python manage.py make migrations. Option B. Python manage.py syncdb. Option C. Python manage.py migrate. Option D. Python manage.py update_db. The correct answer is C. While make migrations is used to package your model changes into migration files, migrate is the command that actually executes those files against your database. It keeps track of which migrations have been applied using the Django_migrations table. What is the purpose of the queue object in Django? Option A. To create asynchronous database queries. Option B. To perform complex queries with OR logic and negation. Option C. To queue tasks for background processing. Option D. To handle large file uploads in chunks. The correct answer is B. Queue objects. Django, DB, models, queue, are used to encapsulate a collection of keyword arguments. They allow for complex database queries involving OR logic, operator, or not logic, operator, which cannot be achieved using standard filter. Keyword arguments, which are always ANDED together. Which Django signal is sent after a model's save method has finished? Option A. Pre_save. Option B. Post_save. Option C. Post_init. Option D. Request_finished. The correct answer is B. The post_save signal is triggered immediately after a model instance is saved to the database. It is frequently used to perform secondary actions like sending notification emails, updating search indexes, or creating related profile objects for a new user. Which setting should be set to false in a production environment for security? Option A. Allowed _hosts. Option B. Use _octadeca mononitride. Option C. Debug. Option D. Append _/. The correct answer is C. Debug must always be set to false in production. When true, Django displays detailed error pages containing sensitive information about your environment, code, and database schema, which could be exploited by an attacker. It also affects how static files are served. How do you filter a query set to find objects where a field name contains a specific string? Case insensitive. Option A. Filter. Name __ contains equals string. Option B. Filter. Name __ I contains equals string. Option C. Filter. Name equals string asterisk. Option D. Filter. Name __ search equals string. The correct answer is B. Django's double underscore syntax, field __ lookup, is used for field lookups. I contains is the case-insensitive version of contains. For example, if you search for Django, I contains will match Django, Django, and Django. In the Django admin, how can you display specific fields in the list view of a model? Option A. By setting the fields attribute in model admin. Option B. By setting the list_display attribute in model admin. Option C. By overriding the _str_str__ method. Option D. By setting search_fields in model admin. The correct answer is B. The list_display attribute in a model admin class is a list or tuple of field names to be displayed on the change list page of the admin. This allows you to see more than just the _str__ representation of an object in the summary table. Which tool does Django provide for simulating a user interacting with the code at the view level? Option A. Django Debug Toolbar. Option B. Django Test Client. Option C. Selenium. Option D. Postman. The correct answer is B. The Django Test Client. Django Test Client is a Python class that acts as a dummy web browser. It allows you to simulate GET and POST requests on a URL and inspect the response, checking status codes, template context, and final HTML, without needing a real web server running. What is abstract base classes in Django models? Option A. Models that cannot be inherited. Option B. Models that don't have a table in the database and are used only to share common fields. Option C. Models that use a different database engine. Option D. A way to define models using only Python interfaces. The correct answer is B. Abstract base classes. Abstract equals true in meta. Are used when you want to put common information into several other models. You write the base class and add abstract equals true in the meta class. This model will then not be used to create any database table. Instead, when it is used as a base class for other models, its fields will be added to those of the child class. Which of these is not a built-in cache backend in Django? Option A. Memcached. Option B. Database caching. Option C. File system caching. Option D. MongoDB caching. The correct answer is D. Django comes with built-in support for memcached, database caching, file system caching, and local memory caching. While there are third-party packages for MongoDB caching, it is not part of the standard Django distribution. By default, where does Django store session data? Option A. In a cookie on the client side. Option B. In the database. Django_session table. Option C. In the server's local memory. Option D. In a text file on the server. The correct answer is B. By default, Django uses the Django contrib sessions backends DB engine. This stores the session data in the database table Django_session. The client only receives a small cookie containing the session ID to identify themselves across requests. What does the collect static command do? Option A. Compresses all JavaScript and CSS files. Option B. Gathers static files from each of your applications into a single location. Option C. Generates documentation for your static assets. Option D. Uploads static files to a CDN automatically. The correct answer is B. In production, Django shouldn't serve static files itself. The collect static command finds all static files across your installed _apps and copies them into the static _root directory. From there, a dedicated web server like Nginx or Apache can serve them efficiently. How do you output a variable without escaping HTML special characters in a Django template? Option A. var escape. Option B. var safe. Option C. var raw. Option D. %no escape var %. The correct answer is B. Django templates escape HTML by default to prevent XSS attacks. If you have a variable that contains HTML that you trust and want to render as is, you use the safe filter. This marks the string as safe for output without further escaping. Which command is used to create a user with administrative privileges? Option A. Python manage.py make admin. Option B. Python manage.py create superuser. Option C. Python manage.py create admin. Option D. Python manage.py add_user admin. The correct answer is B. The create superuser command is a standard management command that prompts you for a username, email address, and password. It creates a user with is_staff and is_superuser flags set to true, granting full access to the Django admin. What is the difference between values and values_list in a query set? Option A. Values returns dictionaries. Values_list returns tuples. Option B. Values returns a list. Values_list returns a set. Option C. Values is for model instances. Values_list is for raw SQL. Option D. There is no difference. They are aliases. The correct answer is A. Both methods are used to retrieve specific fields instead of full model instances. Values returns a query set that yields dictionaries, which is useful for JSON responses. Values_list returns a query set that yields tuples, which is slightly more memory efficient and can be turned into a flat list if only one field is requested. What does on_delete equals models cascade do in a foreign key relationship? Option A. It prevents the parent object from being deleted if children exist. Option B. It deletes all child objects when the referenced parent object is deleted. Option C. It sets the child's foreign key to null when the parent is deleted. Option D. It marks the parent object as inactive rather than deleting it. The correct answer is B. Cascade is a referential integrity behavior. If you have a comment model with a foreign key to post, and you set on_delete equals models cascade, deleting a post will automatically delete all comments associated with it. This is the default behavior in many SQL databases but must be explicitly defined in Django. In the Django request-response cycle, what is the WSGI server's role? Option A. To handle database connections. Option B. To act as the interface between the web server, like Nginx, and the Django application. Option C. To serve static files like CSS and JS. Option D. To manage the background worker queues. The correct answer is B. WSGI Web Server Gateway Interface is a specification for a universal interface between web servers and Python web applications. Servers like Gunicorn or UWSGI implement this interface to take incoming requests from a web server, like Nginx, and translate them into a format that the Django application, specifically the wsgi.py file, can process. That concludes our top 30 Django interview questions. How many did you get right? Let us know your score in the comments below. If you found this helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe for more backend development content. To truly master the exam, click the link in the description for our full Django practice test. For a full-length simulated exam and professional certification prep, check the link in the description below.